Right now, a quiet shift is happening among adults over 40. Many are reducing deep visceral fat in ways that go beyond the traditional advice of simply eating less and exercising more. But to understand why, you first have to confront a frustrating truth. The number on your bathroom scale does not tell the whole story. You may be carrying a dangerous layer of fat that you cannot see in the mirror. Let's start with the part nobody wants to admit. You can look completely healthy, you can even appear thin, and still be carrying a level of visceral fat that increases your risk for serious health problems. Unlike the fat you can pinch under your skin, visceral fat surrounds your liver, pancreas, and intestines, affecting how these organs function. Doctors sometimes describe people who appear lean but have excess body fat and poor metabolic health as skinny fat. If you are over 35, this is worth paying attention to, because visceral fat does not care what your jeans size says. It reflects what is happening inside your body, and it often accumulates gradually over many years. Here is where it gets personal. Think about someone you know who eats reasonably well and is not overweight, yet still gets winded walking up a flight of stairs. They still feel exhausted by 2 in the afternoon. They still receive an unexpectedly high blood pressure reading at the doctor's office. That confusion, that quiet frustration of feeling like you are doing everything right while your body seems to be working against you, can be emotionally draining. Visceral fat is more than a number on a scan. It is closely linked with metabolic health, inflammation, and long-term disease risk. To understand why, we have to look at one of the most common recommendations for fat loss: chronic cardio. For decades, the standard advice has been familiar. Get on the treadmill, go for a long run, sweat for an hour. Aerobic exercise absolutely has important health benefits and can help reduce visceral fat. However, when it comes to maximizing fat loss and preserving muscle, it is not necessarily the only, or even the most efficient, approach for everyone. Why? Because visceral fat loss involves more than simply burning calories. Hormones, nutrition, sleep, stress, and overall energy balance all play important roles. Exercise temporarily increases cortisol, which is a normal and healthy response to physical activity. However, consistently training at high volumes without enough recovery may contribute to chronically elevated stress levels in some individuals. That is why balancing aerobic exercise with strength training, recovery, and proper nutrition can often produce better long-term results than relying exclusively on long-distance running. The cardio discussion is only part of the picture. Even if you skip the treadmill and begin eating a healthier diet, there is another habit worth examining: constant snacking. You know the pattern. A handful of almonds here, a protein bar there. Small, healthy snacks spread throughout the day because someone once suggested it would keep your metabolism active. Here is what matters. Every time you eat, insulin naturally rises. Between meals, insulin gradually falls, allowing your body to shift toward using stored energy. While healthy snacks can absolutely fit into a balanced diet, constantly eating throughout the day may reduce the amount of time your body spends in that lower insulin state. For some people, allowing longer gaps between meals can support appetite regulation and overall metabolic health, provided it fits their individual needs and lifestyle. Now, if snacking is only one piece of the puzzle, what matters even more? For years, many people have focused almost exclusively on calorie counting, tracking every gram and treating the body like a spreadsheet. Yet an increasing body of research suggests that food quality matters alongside calorie intake. Diets built around minimally processed foods often improve appetite regulation, blood sugar control, and long-term adherence, making it easier for many people to reduce visceral fat over time. Processed foods are often designed to be highly palatable, encouraging people to eat more than they otherwise would. Many are low in fiber and protein while being high in refined carbohydrates, sugars, and added fats. As a result, they can promote blood sugar fluctuations, increase hunger, and make maintaining a healthy calorie intake more difficult. This does not mean calories are unimportant. Rather, the quality of the calories you consume can strongly influence hunger, hormones, energy levels, and your ability to sustain healthy eating habits over time. That shift in perspective helps explain why so many people feel they have failed at dieting. In many cases, the challenge is not simply a lack of willpower, but choosing an approach that is difficult to maintain. And this is where everything comes together. Visceral fat is not simply a cosmetic issue. It is metabolically active and releases inflammatory compounds that circulate throughout the body. Higher levels of visceral fat have been associated with increased risks of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and other chronic conditions. Research also suggests that excess visceral fat is linked to processes associated with accelerated biological aging. Two people may both be 45 years old on paper, yet differences in visceral fat, physical activity, diet, sleep, and other lifestyle factors can contribute to meaningful differences in their metabolic health and disease risk. So when we talk about visceral fat, we are not simply talking about appearance. We are talking about long-term health and the number of healthy years you may enjoy. The good news is that improving your metabolic health does not have to be unnecessarily complicated. Instead of relying exclusively on long sessions of steady-state cardio, consider incorporating strength training and interval training alongside aerobic exercise. Building muscle, improving cardiovascular fitness, and maintaining consistency often produce better long-term results than focusing on only one form of exercise. Rather than grazing throughout the day out of habit, experiment with structured meals that allow appropriate breaks between eating, if that approach works well for you and has been approved by your healthcare provider when necessary. Instead of becoming consumed by calorie tracking alone, begin by prioritizing whole, minimally processed foods. For many people, this simple shift naturally improves appetite control and makes maintaining a healthy eating pattern much easier. These habits work together to support healthier body composition, better metabolic function, and reductions in visceral fat over time. So here is where we land. Visceral fat is not about the number on the scale. It is about what is happening beneath the surface and how that affects your long-term health. Once you understand the underlying mechanisms, the path forward becomes much clearer. Focus on consistent movement, strength training, quality nutrition, adequate recovery, and sustainable habits. Those changes may not sound flashy, but they are supported by a growing body of evidence and can make a meaningful difference over time. If this changed the way you think about your health, subscribe for more evidence-based insights on fitness, nutrition, and healthy aging. Thanks for watching.